These days, children have choices, and so do their parents when it comes to their education.
There are several CREC schools that offer different themes to cater to different interests students have.
And the deadline to apply to these schools is coming quickly. It is next week.
Here to talk about school choice and the options available through CREC are Jeff Larson, principal of the Civic Leadership High School in Enfield, and Sasha Douglas. She's the principal of the Metropolitan Learning Center in Bloomfield. So nice to have the both of you.
It's great to be here.
And thank you for being principals of schools. Salt of the earth, as I always say.
Yes. Tell us your strategies for getting the kids to listen. No, that's a different thing. But, you know, for those who aren't accustomed to what this means, I mean, you know, it used to be when we grew up, you go to school where you live. That's it. This is where your school. You don't have any choice. Now there's so many choices. And with the deadline coming up, parents really need to educate themselves. Like, what should they be doing to start off if they think maybe they want to go to a CREC school?
So first things first is go out there and explore those schools. You know, I tell every parent or every student that I talk to, you got to come to my school. You got to meet the students. You got to meet the teachers. It's got to feel right. It's got to be the right place for you. So, you know, we both have open houses. Like, we both have open houses tomorrow. Mine's from 5 to 7. I think yours is 6 to 8 at our schools. Come out to the school, see it, and you'll get that real experience. And like you said,
that's your school right there. Oh, there you are.
Don't tell anybody. But
fist pumping the kids. See, you got a cool principal there.
Don't let that out. But you know, you got to be able to experience it. You got to be able to see all the different things. And like you said, you know, when we were growing up, you just went to your neighborhood school. Now there's so many options, so many choices for kids, and just about finding that passion that kids have, and getting them to come to a school where they feel safe and want to learn and grow.
I know it's not college. I mean, it's high school, but the parents should be looking at this as like mini college. Like, you're making an important decision that's going to determine where you're going to go for college.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we think a lot about at our school is preparing our students for what comes next. And so we are at Metropolitan Learning Center for Global and International Studies. We offer a really well-rounded education. So it's about teaching kids how to think, how to be critical consumers of information, how to be balanced individuals, how to care about the world around them, how to care about their classroom, how to push themselves, challenge themselves. So we want all of that, and then they come back and tell us all the time they're exceptionally prepared for college and what comes after.
We're seeing your school right now, and I was just, I don't know, there was an amazing gym, there was a rock climbing wall.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your theme. Like, that doesn't seem like a normal thing. You don't usually get to rock climb at school.
Yeah. So one of our, we're an international baccalaureate school, and one of the things that the IB focuses on is being balanced. And so you'll find a little bit of everything at our school. We have a really strong STEM program with a design focus. We have great physical activities. Obviously, the academic program is the core of everything we do. We have a great arts program. We have musicals every year, visual arts, performing arts. And so it's not about just being one thing for us at Metropolitan Learning Center. It's about developing your strengths, but also developing your weaknesses.
And Jeff, the kids want to be there more, which is so important, that they want to learn in that specific niche.
Right.
So, tell me about that.
So, you know, and to what Sasha was saying is, like, all of our buildings are gorgeous buildings. I have a $64 million brand new building.
Wow.
You saw it in the commercial with all the bells and whistles, right? But it's about preparing our kids after, you know, getting them ready to walk out the door prepared, whatever it is, college, you know, if they're going to go in the military, if they're going to do a trade, whatever it is. But you talk about that niche. All of our schools have these specific niches. Like, for me, at Civic Leadership High School, like, I have my own fire truck. Come on up, you can take a ride in it. You know, we have an ambulance in a classroom, right? And we're, like, Civic Leadership, we talk about giving back to our community and public service. And we have public service days where we go out into the community. The whole school shuts down, and we all go out and give back to the community. We do community service projects throughout the Hartford community. But and those niches are what make each school special. And I would say the staff, both at, you know, MLC and Civic Leadership, are, you know, they're second to none. Like, they commit, like, to be a part of those communities. Like, you really have to care for your kids. You really have to understand where they're coming from, because they're coming from 34 different towns.
Right.
And
like, you got to build a community with that.
People should know that when they go do the lottery, just because it's coming up next week, it's a computer thing, and you're not committed. I mean, you should put your first choice first to have the best chance of getting into that school, though, right?
Absolutely. And the deadline is key. So if you miss that February 28th deadline, you're in a whole different pool of applicants, and it's really hard. So you're right that you can change your mind up until the date, and then you can still decide whether the school's the right fit for you, because you'll choose to accept the seat or not. But you've got to get online. You've got to go to choosecrec.org. fill out that application by February 28th.
Right.
And I would add to that, like every school has people there that'll walk you through the process.
You can get tours,
And
there's open houses, and they'll have that information on the website as well.
Absolutely.
I know we're running out of time here, but
Yep.
thank you both, and definitely options that parents want to look
I
into.
think it's terrific. What a great program.